Hiya, this is Caroline, Dream with Caroline, and today I'm just going to give you a short, under 10-minute tour of my garden. We had no snow the day before St. Patty's Day, and then that night it snowed. So Patty's Day, everything was white, every branch, everything was just like if it was Christmas Eve. But since then now, the sun's been warm. Alongside the house here, my juniper has grown. It seems like it grew over the winter. It wasn't in front of the gate before. But anyway, on the south side of the house, I have daffodils and hostas. But so the daffodils are coming up through, and these are all the leaves from the big tall trees that are here. But so it covered up, and the heat from the house. So we do have daffodils good 2 to 3 inches coming up through the ground here, and the water is dripping, drip, drip, drop, little April showers. But it's not April yet; it's only March, and so the March winds is blowing through, but we haven't had a lot of rain, so it's just water is coming from the snow. The pot has been taken out and put in place. So I'll buy some pansies for Easter. Shamrock flag is still up, of course, because it's March, and we'll go to the backyard. So, like I said, there was no snow, and so we have, squirrels, here we are, 2 black squirrels. But the snow is probably like just 2 inches. There are, in spots where the shade is, the snow still remains. But look, you can see the deck, you can see the pots, the flower pots. So, it's not January or February. That snow is gone. It's all gone. Look, you can see the steps going up to the next layer. And there's my 2 anorak chairs that you couldn't see. It was all buried. The whole deck was covered. So from up here, you can see that the snow is just like a layer of snow. That is a train you're hearing in the background. If you hear that. So the bird feeder is still down, and we couldn't see that, in January and February. It won't take long for this snow to go. The sun is warm, and April will bring its showers. There are a few chickadees, lots of birds around actually, but around me now there's chickadees. My sound on my camera doesn't work very well, so I have to turn it off. But the water is running from the neighbors. It gives me my small pond, and here's some growth here in this small garden of China garden. Oh, there's the crocuses now. Won't be long before the crocuses will show its flowers. And the water runs on into the pond, my pond, small pond. Snow is that way because of the shade of the trees, and the pond is still frozen. It can't be too frozen, it's just ice on top kind of thing. Lots of daffodils over here, and my rose of Sharon. Maybe there's a few buds on that. And the ranunculus, you couldn't see them. Well, you could see them because they're underneath the trees. Here's some more daffodils on this side. They're coming up. This is the south side, so it's kind of protected, and the neighbor has a shed, so all that heat, and where it's underneath the trees, not a lot of snow was around here. Here's the irises coming. That is something, purple flowers. Can't remember the name of it. But I'm looking to see now, because I put a lot of daffodils on both sides. We planted over 700 bulbs this fall, and plus the daffodils and tulips that was already here. So I'm expecting a whole different change come May. Now you can see the box, and here's the little berries that was just stayed there all winter. They were covered. You couldn't see them. And you couldn't see these big fairies either. When I took them a tour around in January and February, you couldn't see these. So you know it's melting. And here's the water under the bridge. So you can imagine the amount of water that's going to come once it starts raining. There's the wheelbarrow of the fairy garden, and you can see it. I think the snow just was up like it's the height of the wheelbarrow, and then the wheelbarrow itself got full of snow. And you can see the two faces back there. Couldn't see those in the wintertime. So like we're seeing things appearing in the garden. And into the rose garden, just a little bit of snow. It was all. So there's no buds, no flowers. There's the willows. I won't go any further back because the whole ground is going to be saturated. But over in the Imagine garden is lots of rocks, but to get down to it, it's water, lots of water. Over there by the fences looks like 2 feet of a drift of snow, and into the fire pit, that's definitely 2 feet of snow. You can't notice it, but that's height. You can't see the benches. And it's in the shade of a circle and the shade of that big tree, so it's going to be a long time. Oh, a tree came down during the winter storm in the back, beyond the yard, came across our fence. So yeah, you can walk along here now. Before it was all a big drift. Lots of water in the soil, so I won't walk there because it would just put dents in the ground. But that's water going around the circle. We planted a lot of bulbs here, small flowers. I don't remember what it all is, but so I don't see any growth here yet because it's in the shade and the snow. Couldn't see this bird bath, in January and February. But we can see our bricks again now. Oh, and over here underneath the tree, we have planted probably 100 or more daffodils. So there's signs of, and it goes right around. So the sun got to come up a little bit more, so in order to get the heat there. But yeah, look, you can see the benches. You can see the bricks. You can see the boxwoods. You couldn't see any of that, the snow. So there's a big difference between our winters and our springs. And April is going to rain. And we're like last year, that whole backyard just might float. Hopefully not, because it will damage the bulbs that I have planted. But yeah, snow. The birds love the feeders all winter. We fed them. That dead tree is losing all of its bark now. I don't know, the branches that holds up the bird feeders. Hopefully they hold on. I'm just going to go back up to the front because we planted probably 200 bulbs in the front. And now there's a lot of snow, all those in the front, and there's beyond in the yard, there's hardly any snow. But when we plowed and shoveled, all the snow just went out there. Maybe over in the corner here, there might be some, but I don't see anything. And they're all filled up full of pansies for Easter. So thanks for coming by and walking about with me. Have a great day.